It's a big difference between hunting for food and trophy hunting.
You have the odd redneck hunters who don't care about Indigenous law and just have the feeling, I'm entitled, I'm going to go and take a bear anyway.
We're taking back our territory. We never sold anything, and we do not support trophy hunting.
Within Canada's province of British Columbia lies the Great Bear Rainforest. It's the planet's largest intact temperate rainforest, and it runs 400 kilometers along the central and north coast of the province. People live in 7 remote communities here. One of those is Bella Bella. It's the largest reserve of 23 set aside for the Heiltsuk First Nation.
The Heiltsuk community is located in Bella Bella, which is on the outer central coast of British Columbia, close to the southern tip of Haida Gwaii. We're a community of about 1,500 people, and our territory stretches from the mainland out to open ocean.
Traditionally, our people here were hunters, gatherers. We hunted everything for food, so that was a way of life for us, and it still is. We're a tribe that depends heavily on the ocean and on the land for subsistence and survival. We're very dependent on our resources, so we're very careful in the way we manage our resources.
Heiltsuk as a word means to speak and act correctly. So I think as a community, that's a really strong part of our collective identity, this feeling that we need to act with integrity and speak truth. And so we feel a really strong responsibility to take care of the place that takes care of us.
The Great Bear Rainforest is an ecological treasure. People travel from all around the world to see the abundant wildlife, including the many different types of bears who live here.
We have really strong cultural relationships to bears. In our earliest stories, there are incidents of bears that are considered to be our relatives.
One of the main issues on the Heiltsuk's agenda is fighting the trophy bear hunt here. In February 2016, an agreement was reached between the British Columbia government, industry, First Nations, and environmental groups to protect much of the Great Bear Rainforest. This news was celebrated all around the world. The agreement means that 85% of the forested land base is protected from logging. While that is good news, the agreement did not stop the hunting of grizzly and black bears in the Great Bear Rainforest.
People are here from all over the world, all over Canada, that are coming to these areas specifically to shoot grizzly bears.
The people who come in to shoot grizzlies are, by definition, trophy hunters. No one eats grizzly meat. There are 2 hunts that take place in our territory. There's a resident hunt that is residents of BC who come here to hunt, and there's also a commercial hunt, which is anyone who's coming from outside BC.
People who don't have a connection to this territory, who don't have a connection to this part of the world, to pay money to come in here and shoot a bear and take the paws and take the teeth and take the skin and leave the carcass there, that's appalling. You know, that's barbaric.
For us, it's a violation of our sacred law to hunt bears, particularly to hunt them for sport.
While the province of British Columbia allows bear trophy hunting in the Great Bear Rainforest, the First Nations feel, under their tribal laws, that they can ban it.
Questions that come particularly from the province around what authority we have to implement a ban. From our perspective, we've lived here since time before memory. We have our own systems of law and governance that are much older than the colonial systems of law and governance that came with first settler contact here. And particularly in our communities, our tribal law is the higher law. The challenge for us is getting your everyday British Columbians and the government of British Columbia to respect that tribal law as well. We have a lot of work to do in that regard, but we're game to do it, and I think it's really important work.